splits to enclose. So now it is actually the gland is covering the inferior surface as you are seeing, and the medial surface, superficial part especially, but not the lateral surface, because the lateral surface is in close contact with the mandible. That is the splitting of the deep cervical fascia, investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. Okay, now coming to the parts, mainly the submandibular gland has got a large superficial part, okay, and a deep part. Now both the parts are continuous around this posterior border of the mylohyoid muscle. Okay, so that means it is the mylohyoid muscle which divides the submandibular gland into a large superficial part and a small deep part, and both the parts are continuous around the posterior border of the mylohyoid muscle. So now we will actually first start to discuss with the superficial part of the gland. So it consists of three surfaces and two ends. So the two ends should be the anterior end and the posterior end. Three surfaces, already I told you, the inferior surface, then you have the medial surface, and then the lateral surface. So the anterior end actually extends up to the anterior belly of digastric, okay, whereas the posterior end is actually related to the stylomandibular ligament, which extends from the styloid process to the angle of mandible, which separates the parotid gland from the submandibular salivary gland. And that stylomandibular ligament is the modification of the again investing layer of deep cervical fascia. So here you are able to see a section at the submandibular region, shows the mylohyoid muscle, the superficial part which is above the muscle, and the deep part which is deep to the mylohyoid muscle. Now both the parts, the superficial part and the deep part, are continuous along the posterior border of the mylohyoid muscle. So the anterior end extends up to the anterior belly of digastric. Posterior end will be related to the stylomandibular ligament. Okay. And it is more intimately related to the loop of the facial artery. The posterior end will be grooved by the ascending limb of the facial artery. So I will come to it later. Now, first let us discuss about the inferior surface. So the inferior surface is what you can palpable as a mass below the lower border of the mandible in the submandibular region. So the inferior surface is mainly related to skin, superficial fascia, platysma, and investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Okay, so deep to platysma, you can see the facial nerve, the common facial vein, which is crossing and getting drained into the internal jugular vein, and it is also crossed by the cervical branch of facial nerve. Okay, the facial vein crosses the gland, and also you can see the cervical branch of facial nerve. Both are present deep to the platysma. So the relations of the inferior surface will be skin, superficial fascia, platysma muscle,